Hello, BookTube. The other day, I was sitting at my desk and I was staring at the clock, just waiting for it to strike 3. I thought it would never happen. I was in Old Man Bookish's homeroom, and he was going on and on about social rights and the march of history and how important it is for everybody to be informed as citizens, all his usual boring stuff. If any of you have ever had Old Man Bookish for homeroom, you know what I'm talking about. 3 o'clock can't come fast enough. And eventually, the clock struck 3 and the bell rang. And while Old Man Bookish was saying, "Make sure you do your reading," we were all bolting out of the room, and I was outside in no time at all. And I thought I was free as a bird, but I was going past the bleachers when I heard a voice. "Hey, you." And I turned around, and underneath the bleachers was Mark Richardson of Richardson Reads and Peg Karkowski of the History Shelf, wearing matching leather jackets. I knew this was trouble. They are trouble. But I said, "Yeah?" And they said, "You better order something from Hamilton Books." I said, "Hamilton Books? Well, they're a good outfit. Maybe I'll order something from them. Why should I?" And they said, "If you don't order something from Hamilton Books, we'll tell everybody in the cafeteria that you're a bookworm." And I said, "Well, okay, but if you order books from Hamilton Books, aren't you a bookworm too?" And they said, "Enough with the chopped logic, bookworm." And so I knew that if I wanted to avoid Wedgie or Willie or the dreaded Rear Admiral, I should order some books from Hamilton Books. So I did. I did. It was pure evil peer pressure on BookTube. And my package came today. So I thought we'd go through that together. I don't actually remember what I ordered from them, so we'll find out together. They are an online book concern. Prices are really good. I can tell you now that delivery is really good because this got to me fairly quickly. I think I ordered a broad variety, but let's see. Let's see what we have here. Okay, the first one, explicit peer pressure, because not only did I order from Hamilton Books, but I ordered a book that Peg and Mark both. It has looked too good. This is Sasha Abramsky. This is The House of 20,000 Books. And when I saw it, I had to have it on their own videos. The House of 20,000 Books is a story of Hyman Abramsky, an extraordinary polymath and bibliophile who amassed a vast collection of socialist literature and Jewish history. The atheist son of one of the century's most important rabbis, Hyman was born in 1916 near Minsk, spent his early teenage years in Moscow, and then emigrated to Russia, where he became involved in left-wing politics. When the Nazis invaded Russia in June of 1941, he joined the Communist Party, became a leading figure in the party's National Jewish Committee. He remained a member until 1958, when he finally acknowledged the atrocities committed by Stalin. In middle age, he reinvented himself once more as a liberal thinker, humanist, professor, and manuscripts expert for Sotheby's. And this is his book. And I had to have it in this pretty edition, so I will read it again. I'm not sure. Maybe I have not read it. But I will read it and then... Oh, wait. Oh, there's some sort of invoice. Oh, gross. Okay. Anyway, so that was explicit peer pressure. That wasn't just them telling me under the bleachers that I had to order from this outfit. It was also a book that they both ordered. What's the next one? All right, the next one is also peer pressure, but not from them, from Sarah at the Bookish Knitter. My sister from another mister, my soul mate when it comes to BookTube, who is all things romance. And when she talks about all things romance on her channel, she covers everything from Amish romances, historical romances, and everything in between. But there's a special tremor in her voice when she talks about contemporary cowboy romances. At least maybe I'm hearing that tremor where it really doesn't exist. Or maybe I might have that tremor. One way or another, I saw one on Hamilton Books and just had to get it. This is by Catherine Anderson, who I think I have on my romance bookcase. I think I have a couple of her books. But not this one. This is called Sun-Kissed. And it sounded really good. When Samantha Harrigan, oh no, a Harrigan, oh that's bad news right there, attends the local rodeo, she doesn't expect to wind up in jail, but that's precisely what happens when she tries to stop a drunkard from abusing his horse. At least she isn't alone. Tucker Coulter, a handsome local veterinarian, comes to her defense and is arrested too. The charges are dropped, but Samantha's troubles have only started. Her champion quarter horses are falling ill and the culprit is poisoned. As the insurance beneficiary, Samantha is the prime suspect. Unswayed by the rumors floating around town, Tucker offers to help prove her innocence. Samantha, though, is uneasy about accepting his assistance and about the way he makes her feel. If only she could believe him in the way he seems to believe in her. I've read many contemporary cowboy romances because of Sarah, the bookish knitter, and this will just be another one of them. The only thing I'm hoping from this, I of course want snappy dialogue. I'd like it if the world of the horses was well conveyed. The only thing I'm asking of this book is that the ultimate culprit of who poisoned those horses not be the drunk who was abusing his horse at the beginning of the book. That is just so easy that I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But I will read it and find out. What's the next one? Oh, this is lovely. Oh my. Okay, I remember this. This is an author I really love. This is Rudyard Kipling. And I saw this on the website. I'll leave, of course, a link to the website in case you want to fall prey to peer pressure as well. This is The Jungle Book and Other Classics by Rudyard Kipling. And it's Fall River Books, who do, I wonder if I have it within reach. They have, oh yes, I do have it within reach. They do this Divine Comedy. They're a remainder house, but they put a really attractive look on things. And this has the first Jungle Book, the second Jungle Book, and I think Kim is also in here. Yes, Kim is also in here, the whole of that. So the first and second Jungle Books right here in a beautiful edition that's going to look really good on the shelf. And I have an electronic version of these. I have a Penguin Classic of these. But I love the first and second Jungle Books. Kim, I can sort of, I like it. I appreciate its strengths, but I could live without it. I can't live without the Jungle Books. And now I have this lovely thing. Fantastic. But there's more books in here. What else have we got here? The next two are big. Oh, right. That's right. I saw this for a steal on the site. This is a hardcover copy of something that I never got in hardcover. I got the Reader's Advance copy. I got the review copy of this thing. And it's an author I love, but I never got the finished copy. Who was the malefactor? Viking, yes. Viking in Oxford. Really bad about getting me finished copies. And now I have one for a song. This is Victorious Century by David Kennedy, who has many books in this room. He's one of my favorite living historians. He never writes a boring sentence. And this is about the United Kingdom from 1800 to 1906. So the absolute pinnacle of Britain as a world power. And I read it and loved it. I think I reviewed it. I'm not sure who I reviewed it for. I think I reviewed it for a former colonial possession of Great Britain. How embarrassing is that? But one way or another, I thought it was absolutely terrific. It's not jingoistic. It's not rah-rah anything. It's just the usual Canadian thing. Very quotable, very intelligent. Definitely a book that I wanted on my shelf. So when I saw it there, I grabbed it. There's one more. Oh, yes. Okay. Great. All right. Well, this one I know that I will be reading, and I know exactly when I will be reading it. This is the Iliad. Homer's Iliad. Translated by Edward McCrory. I don't think I've ever read this translation, and it is newish. 2012. Yeah, 2012. So I was well back in the game of reviewing books by then. This is, I think it came out from Hopkins. Yeah, Johns Hopkins University Press, so I might have missed it. But they gave it this cover. How awesome is that? There's our Hector and Achilles. Float like a butterfly, shove you through the throat with a spear. But this is a newish translation of the Iliad that I have never read. And some of you will know I read the Iliad every year in June. And the idea of having a new translation into English to read, that's great. I had originally been planning to read an older one. I'll take a new one, absolutely. So how does this start? Rage, O goddess, rage be my theme, by the anger of Achilles. How is this going to start? It's got a translator's preface. It's got a nice, long, detailed introduction. Good, very good. Wow, the introduction is very long. I'll give that a try. So how do we begin? Sing of rage, goddess, that bane of Achilles, Peleus' son, which caused untold pain for Achaeans, sent down throngs of powerful spirits to Hades. AIDS, not hell, not Hades. War chiefs rendered the prize of dogs and every sort of bird. Okay, that's a little bit infelicitous. You can render a prize as a transitive verb. So it isn't immediately obvious that it's the passive construction there, that the war chiefs are rendered as prizes for dogs and birds. In other words, that their corpses are eaten by carrion feeders. It's not immediately obvious because the verb there, rendered, can do both. Okay. So the plan of Zeus was accomplished right from the start when two men parted in anger. Atreus' son, ruler of men, and the godlike Achilles. Okay, all right, but it's the slaughter of the men that is the plan of Zeus, not the parting of Agamemnon and Achilles. Oh, okay, all right, well, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. And there are all sorts of diacritical marks here that I want to know. I want to know what the translator is thinking about all of them. So I will read the introductory material here, definitely. But this was a song. Did I just see this is dedicated to Derek Walcott? Yes, it is. It's dedicated to Derek Walcott, whose Homerus is, I realized with shock the other day, I do not own a copy of Homerus at the moment. Derek Walcott's a great poem about a sort of Homeric pastiche that I've had many, many times. I always give it away. I want to just find a nice hardcover with a dust jacket at the Brattle. The Brattle will provide. But I was also partly thinking about doing that one year instead of a normal rereading of the actual Iliad. But now my choice is made. my choice is made. I will read. I know a rocky beginning is nothing. I will read the Iliad in this translation in June. So there you go. That was the product of peer pressure, merciless peer pressure. That was my Hamilton Books haul. So we have Homer's Iliad, the McCrory translation. We have Victoria's Century by David Carradine. Fantastic. Just great. That's a keeper for the history section. We have the Jungle Book and this Fall River Remainder. Very pretty green thing with both Jungle Books. And thrown in as a bonus, Kim, the novel Kim. We have Sunkissed by Catherine Anderson, whose contemporary cowboy romances I have read. I've read a couple of them that I know of. And I remember liking them. So I saw this, I grabbed it. And finally, the most peer pressure thing of all, Sasha Abramsky's The House of 20,000 Books. Which is not, this is not Hyman Abramsky's book then. This would be, who is she to him? Journalist Sasha Abramsky recreates here a lost world, bringing to life the people, the books, the ideas that filled her grandparents. Okay, it's her grandfather. All right, but a bookish memoir par excellence, it sounds like. So there you go. That is my peer pressure book haul. So I will leave links to the two bullies that made me do this, and also a link to Hamilton Books, just in case you want to get in on the fun. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.